Oh shit! I'm coming, Charles! Hold on!
If you guys could see what just happened over there. Oh my god!
I'm coming! This is why we can't have nice things, Charles.
Oh my god! Dude.
I almost died. Alright, we're good.
Oh my gosh.
That thing went and almost flipped me over and okay.
Yeah.
ProAim sent us something we've been looking forward to. We've made our own versions in the past. Everyone's done a PVC pipe with some wheels. Guys, we're stepping it up.
Stepping it up.
We finally got ourselves a legit dolly. Should we just rip it open?
Let's rip it open, dude.
All right, we need something to cut things. This one, we can throw shit. We just did a Z-Cam video, if you guys haven't seen that. I had to be super fragile. Now we get to throw stuff. Damn, they taped the shit out of this. I want to throw shit. People's like, what's it like working with Scooter? Well, it's great, but the cleanup's
He throws
not
a lot of
awesome.
stuff.
Okay, ready? 1, 2. Oh, shit, dude. We may just have to like
flip
fully
it
rip
over.
it out.
Or that.
That's
That's more
legit,
dramatic
baby.
anyways, right?
Dun 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 dun. Whew! I did not think it came with a case.
That's
is
nice,
sick.
dude.
Yeah.
This is like super nice.
That's legit.
What's up?
All right.
You gonna crack this sucker open?
ProAim Polaris Pro Camera Dolly.
So, for those of you that don't know, this is equivalent to Dana Dolly, which is like a slider on rails. And we'll crack it open so you can see.
That way we can open it towards you guys. Dude, this is legit. It's got wheels and everything.
Yeah, it's pretty nice, dude.
Yeah, I'm into that. All right. 3, 2, 1. Oh, I thought
Underwhelming.
It was yeah, I thought it was, you know, the phone.
Okay, there you go.
Damn, all right. And so if you guys are looking at this, you're probably like, oh, well, you need a bunch of other things to make this work. You're not wrong. This is just a platform here. Is there a specific name for this platform?
The Polaris Pro.
The Polaris Pro. But yes, this platform, man, that's like a lot.
Here, give me this.
You got it?
Yeah, open up that thing.
Okay.
Damn, it's heavy.
Yeah, I was like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna explain how this works. Maybe you guys are familiar, maybe you're not. Maybe you're wondering what the hell we're doing. We're gonna explain it to you. What are these, Charles? This is your world.
Yeah, so these are the bars that go, so this would go on your stand. And for those of you that don't know, you have two options. You have your baby pin here, or you can take this screw off and it'll go into a combo stand. So that's your junior pin here. Oh, man.
Do you just get greased?
I totally got greased.
You got greased, dude. Take 5.
Thanks, dude.
Charles got greased, dude.
Which that's a little weird, but okay. All right, we're back.
Okay.
So you have your junior pin here, so you can go in both stands. And then what these are is to hold the rails that this will then slide on.
So I'm noticing that this is squared. Is there a reason why that would be squared off?
Yeah, first of all, it holds round tubing better.
Okay.
Second of all, you can use square tubing on it if you want.
I don't think I've ever seen square tubing used on one of these.
No. It's
Probably
not normal.
because I'm trying to think of the word. What's the tubing called?
Round tubing, speed rail.
Speed rail.
Yeah.
Probably because on trucks they normally just have speed rail and it's right there.
Yeah, on bigger sets we have speed rail all the time. It's on a grip truck. It comes standard on a grip truck. Some form of speed rail, but speed rail is also kind of expensive. And so if you want to, which is rad, is square tubing. You can get at just your normal hardware store, 1 inch square, and it's super like you can just cut it with a normal saw. All aluminum rails you can, but it's cheaper, and so you can use aluminum square rail or speed rail.
Nice.
Round.
And then
Any size,
here,
inch and a half to inch and a quarter.
this would be your support.
That's a middle support. So like we'll do these big spans, and I feel like if you go longer than like 5-6 feet, probably even 5 feet, you start getting a little bit of sagging in the middle, right? As the camera comes around, especially with how heavy this is, you're definitely gonna get a little bowing in there. And so to take that out, you get another small stand, you lift up the center with this guy to help support the middle so you don't get that bowing effect.
And it's also good to keep in mind, you want your camera heavy in these situations and you want your setup to be as heavy as possible because that reduces the bumps and like little things that you can feel in the floor as you're going across. So that may be why they took a heavier approach with this, but we'll see. I'm really excited to get this thing on some track, throw a head on here, throw a camera on here.
I mean,
and,
ProAim, let's be honest, dude. ProAim doesn't mess around when it comes to like their aluminum stuff. It is solid.
It really
rock
is
solid. I mean, like this is a big old hunk of aluminum, and it's heavy, yeah, but it's like you could probably beat the shit out of this, and it would be just fine.
Right off the bat, I see they have a level in here, which most heads and things
Bubble
do.
level. Let's slap that up so you can see bubble level. What's all this for?
So this is where your camera head would go.
Was there any adapters in here?
I don't think there was. We can look.
Let's look. Yeah. What's this guy? What's this for?
So this, jokingly, is the hardest job in show business. We say that as an AC all the time because when you're throwing your head on a tripod, this is your castle nut. You'll throw it in the bottom. Castle nut, right?
Yep. Yeah. Not castle nut because it's not a castle nut, but your tie down.
Tie down.
Yeah.
But yeah, you would throw that into the bottom there, screw it in, and 9 times out of 10, to find that little thread under there's you're reaching under. You never get it.
It's difficult.
And everyone gives you shit for it, and everyone's looking at you.
Staring at you, waiting for you to tie down the head.
And everyone's like, hardest job in showbiz.
Yeah.
So we'll take a look in here. You got that?
Yep.
See if this phone, that doesn't come out.
Doesn't come out. Okay, so that's it inside there.
Yeah, so that's it. Sweet.
It's a big case for.
It's a lot.
Like I feel like there's some wasted space in there, maybe.
I think there could be, yeah.
I mean, it's a nice case, though.
Let's see that side. How much do you think that weighs?
Probably 35 pounds.
Yeah.
Close to that. So this would go on your speed rail or your square rail, on top of stands on those things, or on Apple boxes or whatever. The wheels are like rubber. They're soft wheels, so they'll take out some like nicks and bumps that you get inside of the aluminum railing. It also looks like the tops come off here, probably to replace and or clean the wheels.
Which is nice. Anytime you see where there is a cleaning or replaceable option, I'm all about that.
Yeah. I do like both handles that are up here, and you also have other mounting points on here as well, because some operators like to have handles that they put in here, and so you can screw in a handle, or like if you're mounting lights, you can mount a light to the dolly.
You just give me a good thought. If you have a camera on here, you're fully built, everything's super heavy. A lot of the times you have to take off the head, do a few things if they're moving track around. I think in this situation, your 2 ACs or operator and AC could grab it with camera and everything.
Totally.
Move it to the side, let them move track and jump back on, which for me as an AC is night and day. If you've ever dealt with one of these that's not like that, it can be a pain in the ass.
Totally, dude. Yeah, it looks like the wheels are like you just undo those bolts and you can replace them.
Yeah,
So,
clean them
like,
easy and
maintenance wise, like if you have a bearing that goes bad or if you have a wheel that craps out, you could like easily.
which happens all the time,
Change
guys. We're in insane environments. There's dust storms, dirt, you're running and gunning. Next thing you know, someone sets this thing in a dirt pile or in sand and this is all gunked up. Like, that is a huge benefit to have with a tool like this.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So I think there's nothing more really to do here other than let's get it on set and we'll throw a camera on this thing. Let's test it out.
Let's do it.
So we've used this on set. We've used this in our studio. We've used this in quite a few scenarios. What are your thoughts, Charles?
I like it, especially with our carbon fiber speed rails that we have.
Let's talk about that real quick. Charles decided, hey, we're not using normal speed rails. We're not gonna be those guys. We're gonna get carbon fiber speed rails. Super lightweight, you can move this around super easy. Honestly, I was mind blown with how lightweight it was. I just pick it up and throw it upstairs.
The weight difference is like insane.
So good call on the carbon fiber.
Yeah, it was great. And just the weight savings alone was pretty awesome. Also, you don't get the divoting, sorry, I have a cold. You don't have, getting over a cold, sorry. You don't have the divoting that you get with aluminum speed rail. Aluminum like has a tendency to get nicks in it and scratches, and then you can feel that as the wheels go over those bumps. With the carbon fiber, you have to keep it in a sleeve so it doesn't get scratched and stuff like that. But the trade-off is, it is buttery smooth.
If you've ever seen a grip with, what's that green stuff? The scratchy stuff?
The green stuff.
Like it's not Scotch Brite.
Sandpaper.
Sandpaper, but they also use
Steel wool.
steel wool.
Yeah.
But if you ever seen them like going down a rail and you're like, what are they doing? It's because there's little niches and you'll feel those in the wheels. So we wanted to avoid that.
Yeah, so we went carbon fiber, which is great. And in so doing, man, this thing was awesome.
Yeah, I was
It
very
worked
impressed.
So good.
And a few people, as soon as we brought it out, they're like, whoa, it's so big, the base is so big. But as we found in a few situations, whether that was a hardwood floor kind of being uneven, or maybe just naturally like little bumps and grooves within your track, the wideness and the heaviness of this made it actually absorb a lot of that. Like we didn't see much.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So the base is, compared to some of the, let's say the Dana Dolly, because that is who this is in direct competition with. The Dana Dolly is a little bit smaller. It has more holes in it. It's lighter, and it's not as wide. And I feel like ProAim, and there's a couple other brands out there that have wider based, what are these called? Speed rail dollies. And the reason why the wider base is better is when you throw, 35 to 65 pounds of camera on there, the wider your base is, the less rocking that you're gonna get out of that. And so with the Dana Dolly, that's one of the bigger problems is you throw a heavier camera with like a zoom lens on it, and all of a sudden the whole thing wants to wobble forward and backwards. And that's what this is supposed to be. It's a center brace that you lift up in the middle to try to help with some of that.
And we didn't even use that
We didn't have to.
on any of our setups, which we are only running, was it 6 foot pieces?
Yeah, our longest piece is a 6 foot.
So maybe if you're running, what's the longest you
8
would run,
footers.
like 8 or 12s?
Yeah.
You may want that center support, but with our camera build, it was great.
It was fine. And so you go a wider base and you eliminate a lot of that wobble back and forth because you have a bigger, heavier platform. And so yeah, this is heavier than a Dana Dolly. It is wider than a Dana Dolly, but that being said, you get more stability from that.
So all in all, I'd say ProAim, they're coming out with a lot of amazing stuff. At first, I was a little hesitant with some of their gear. I was like, they're newer on the market. I don't know if, and I'm gonna call them out. I didn't know if it was like small rig, where it's some cheaper metals and some cheaper parts to make the product itself cheaper. But to be honest, everything we've used ProAim, it holds up, it's quality, and we're using it on real feature film, so.
Real quick, here's something I just remembered too. You can take these caps off of the wheels, and then you can flip the dolly over and undersling your tripod head to here, and so you can get super low tabletop stuff or super low to the ground with it, which is a cool feature that they incorporated in these wheel covers.
Yeah, I think when we landed on set, right off the bat, our grip was like can you underswing it? And we're like, shoot, because we didn't know because it's covered, but you actually can. You just flip it over.
Pretty rad. So we're stoked on ProAim. We're super happy with it. I will say a lot of ProAim stuff is probably over-engineered, like it's overbuilt.
Yep.
It's like super heavy, but at the same time it can hold like 3,000 pounds. And so like I feel like that's a lot of way that ProAim is going with their things, which is great.
If you're someone who maybe owns your own gear and you're shooting in your own garage studio or something like that, ProAim may be a little overkill. But for us, where we're like throwing it into trucks every night, it's on 100+ days a year on set, sometimes you may want that kind of beefier, heavier stuff. And so ProAim, I think you're finding a really good niche in the market, and I'm excited to see what else you guys come out with.
Yeah. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Get yourself a dolly.
Yeah.